I've decided to try and sell my John Deere 2210, but before I do, I'm gonna try to get it all ready, change out all the fluids, the filters, get everything changed out and ready to go so that whoever buys it doesn't have to worry about any maintenance things for a long time. So for this light bulb, it's as easy as taking the old one off, hopefully, popping a new one in. Hopefully it's just the bulb, which I believe it is. That one was really rusty and nasty and had the filament out. Just got to find that little groove in there, pop that in. Perfect. Now we'll test it. And she works. So at some point, all these covers got busted off on both sides here, the front and the back. So we got these replacement covers. The orange ones will go on the front, and then I got some that have a little bit of red in them for the back, for the turn signals. And you know, it wasn't ever that big deal to me, but it sure does look a lot nicer when they're on there, and it also protects it from water. So, and it's too easy. They're not very expensive, and you know, I got them off of Amazon. They're aftermarket, but it doesn't really matter on this stuff. I mean, as long as it does its job. So I got them a little bit cheaper than if I'd have went to John Deere and buy them, but just a matter of 2 screws to put it on there, so I can definitely do that for them. The aftermarket lenses did not come with screws, but luckily the old ones were still in there hanging on by a thread, so they're perfectly good. So we'll just pop that back on. Rear one goes on exactly the same way, and it's the same thing with the other side, so nothing to it. I don't know.
That's what happened to
New air filter, no big deal. Just pop that in. The transmission and hydraulic fluid filter is going to be located under the seat, and it's probably a lot easier with the belly mower removed, just to give you a little bit more room, but it can be done with it on, as I did here. But here's my filter right there, and so it's a whopping 4 gallons that this tractor takes, so it's going to drain for quite a little while. So get that filter off and just let her drain nice and slow. The plug is right there in the middle of the screen. It's just going to be right off to the side of where the filter is, at the bottom of the rear differential. So I'm not gonna be able to squeeze the camera in there, but yeah, that bolt right there, I'm gonna take it off. It's a 17mm socket. Just take that off and let that drain into the drain pan. These things are not cheap, but if you do this a lot, this thing is such a lifesaver sometimes. It makes things so much easier. So we've got that flowing nice in there, and so we'll just let that empty out. It's, like I said, it's 4 gallons, so it's gonna take just a little bit. It's a lot. That's a lot. So this calls for the high guard transmission and hydraulic oil, and it takes about 3.4 gallons. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of oil to this oil filter. We're gonna make sure that ring is coated. I'll place that filter back on, and then we can fill it back up. Now I'm just gonna add my 3.4 gallons of hydraulic and transmission oil to this spot right here. It's right beneath the seat. Your engine oil filter is right here on the right side of your tractor, and so we'll pop that off, and then the drain plug will be right underneath that, so we'll get our oil pan ready, pop that off. Your engine oil plug is going to be underneath right here, and that's going to take a 14mm. Now I'll put our plug back and our new filter. And just like the transmission and the hydraulic oil filter, we're gonna add a little bit of oil around the ring of the engine oil filter as well. And we'll put that back on and fill her up with oil. Using the Turf Guard 4-cycle engine oil, SAE 10W30. It calls for 2.2 quarts. All right, last filter. She's getting dark on us pretty quick, but I'm gonna go ahead and take this fuel filter off. So you turn that line off above, and then you just take this off. So it's a little bit more light. Sorry guys, I'm losing light really fast, but there's, right, you can easily see the fuel filter right behind the oil filter that you just changed. And there's like a little switch or a little knob. You just take a pair of pliers and you turn that fuel off. And then you can take a pair of pliers or your hands and pull that glass tube off. The new one is gonna look like this. So you take the old one out, put that new one in that glass tube, and then you just put it back, and then you turn the fuel line back on. And that should be everything. All the filters, all the fluids changed on this that I'm going to be doing, and should be running pretty smooth now. I've already done, the only big thing that I could have done is a radiator flush, but I just got a new radiator on there, and so when I put that new radiator on there, I changed out all the antifreeze. So it's got all new antifreeze in there and a brand new radiator, so I won't need to do that. But that's the only other thing that you could probably do as far as maintenance goes. All right, so one more thing I might add is after you get all those changed out, you want to check all your fluids and just make sure you didn't make any mistakes or there's any leaks or anything like that. You can find out real quick. So yeah, just check our dipsticks and all that and make sure everything's flowing smoothly and she runs good. No funny sounds, anything like that. So, all right. Thank you guys for hanging out with me.